Hi, Rowan. As promised, I'm going to send you a copy of what I'm showing you, but I'm also kind of trying to explain it. Some cards I could split into several, some I could not. So if you go to that detail sheet and you hit the eyeball on all of them, it'll bring all of these up. And notice Wheatcroft is I could only get one card out of it. And I did go back and I looked. This is talking about back when people were booted out of their countries, people were taking over smaller countries, and this is what they were talking about. It was a time when people were taking other countries over. And so that's what it talks about. But I think that you can get away with taking that out and just starting with before the 1945 election. Okay. Now, if you have a quote inside a quote, this was quoted and that one is quoted, but it's inside a bigger quote. Then you just put one apostrophe. Okay. Again, the word transfer is quote put in quotes. So since it's still inside a bigger quotation, which starts here, you'll just put one of each of the single quotation marks. And then it picks up over here. So put a single, this is a quote within a quote, put a single quote there, and then end it actually where it says Palestine. That actually is just one. And then right on the outside of that, you put the double one. So you got three actually there. And that comes up again. So if you didn't catch it, you can go back and look at the video or just go to the next one. All right. Now notice this one, you had a card on the source, but I was able to split it into two. So that's a good thing. So the first one is according to the UN Relief and Works Agency for Palestine refugees in the Near East, and then it gives the name, the acronym for it. Almost 1.9 million people. Now, I guess that's the way they did it. More than 85% of Gaza's population have been internally displaced since October 7th. Well, I wanted to know when that was. I presume that it was in 23 because we haven't gotten that far in 24 yet. We're not yet on October because I'd be a year older. But so I put 23 for the reader's sake. I inserted 2023, but as you know, it doesn't say that in the quote. So I put it in brackets. Okay. So then I left this. Okay, I left that like that. Let me make that black because you had it in black, which is what you're supposed to do. Okay, so what I'm saying is that putting brackets on it means that you're inserting information. So this is what it should look like. Take all the red font out. Everything should be in black. And then take all of this out once you make the correction. Okay, so just remember that you're putting the year there and you're putting it in brackets that shows that it's your words, not the original author of it. I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. I wouldn't even put a comma in there because it didn't have one. So that's the first part of that card, but that card really needs to be split in two. So here's another card on it. And I put the quotation here. According to PCBS, based on data provided by the Hamas-run Gaza Ministry of Health, at the beginning of 2024, there were more than 58,000 people wounded in Gaza, over 6,100 of whom were children. Ugh. Okay. And more than 22,800 had been killed, including 17,000 women and children. Whew. Although a large number of those killed or injured have been fighters, I don't think they were the children, but yeah, I get where they're coming from. It was probably men and some women. The civilian toll has been massive. Okay, I'm just telling you to add these quotation marks. So almost looks like I put an extra space in there. I know I did. There we go. So all you need to do is just take the red out and make it black. So you'd go like this, and you would take out that. Okay, so I'm going to go back and put it back the way it was. Ah. Okay. All right. So again, instead of having one card, you got two. So now you've got one extra one. So that should be about 7. Okay, and then we go here, and let's see if I could split that up. No, that's just a card. Okay, so it's one card. Let's see, yeah. So go with, now again, look at this. I think you can pretty much just put that in black and then paste it on your card, but get rid of all the reds and all of that. Okay, shaman, or I'm not sure how they say it. That I could split into 3 cards. So that gives you 3 extra cards. And this is how I did it. In May 2019, then US President Donald Trump signed NICE on him. I didn't check that, but was that saying that Israel's nice and nobody else is? What? That's weird. I came home and told my husband that you just gave me an education. Now that's going to require a lot more research on my part because of the brainwashing and wow. Anyway, because if this is all I knew, I would think Israel is somebody we would go to war with, not somebody we would help. But that's just me. All right. So it talks about how he did that. Okay. And then she also, in that same thing, I think you meant it said she, but I wanted to know who that was. So make sure it doesn't say Sherman. Okay. This is, yeah. Sherman also started to see after the Oslo Accords in 1993, a lot of Palestinian leadership synergies went into making maps. Okay, so it talked about all of that, and then it talks about remapping or something down here. Israel has denied Palestinians who were evicted from their own land. Yeah. Okay, so that's a card in and of itself. And then the final one from there is this, she said. Now, is that Sharman who said that? Sharman who said that? I would put her name in there. If it has to be in brackets, if you want to say she, I'm gonna just put it like this. I would be more specific about who said it. Now, because I'm putting that in, I'm really not sure. I think I'm right, but I don't want to mess you up. I would put that in brackets because that was not in the original quote. Okay, and in that case, if you put her name there, then let's see. Then you would put there because you don't have a citation. You already gave her name. Okay, so that's now 7. And now we go to Brownfield. And I only have one on Brownfield. However, I went in there, Rowan, I couldn't find this quote. So please make sure that you've got it. I went ahead and gave it a note card, but I could not find the quote in there. So if it's not in there, and part of it is I would use that, but I couldn't find it. So you may have 10 minus 1 card. We'll see if you can't find that one. Okay, and then this one is Zaris. And Zaris, we split her card into, I guess it's a girl, into 2 cards. So we said Palestinian territory is occupied regardless of any any official declaration of annexation, maps, map makers, and the obfuscation of satellite images have aided and abetted this reality. Okay. Okay, so regardless of if it's been officially declared a country or whatever, you can see it on maps, you can see it on satellite, you can see it on all of that. Okay, it's reality. And it said satellite imagery have helped, I guess, to prove that. Is that what it's saying? Okay, then here the last card, however, recent efforts in remapping the territory as well as pushback on satellite imagery regulations aim to reclaim the lost land and Palestinian heritage. And if you can get the page numbers, go back to the original, if it gives you the page number, and I'll show you what you'll be looking for, then put it down. If it doesn't, don't. Let's just do this. Oop. I don't need the word, however. But I do need that. Wait. Okay, recent efforts in remapping, blah, 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 blah. I hope I didn't cut into I don't think that any of these is a paraphrase. Let's see. I don't know. If this is the same thing, then take one of them out. But and you need to find this one. So I'm going to send you this along with the this video along with the actual paper. But what I wanted to do, oh no. Let me go here and then let me go back over here. Okay, let me see if that's yours. Yeah. Okay. So this is yours. And so you originally had 6. Now you have possibly 9 if you can find that quote. Now remember, these are supposed to be quotes, not your paraphrase. If I messed up and put your paraphrases in instead of quotes, would you mind redoing those and copying and pasting your card on it, whatever? I would just do all the modifications on here. Don't worry about that Microsoft Word. That could just, you can have, if you can print it out, you can have it beside you and know exactly what you need to pull out, cut and paste to the next card. Okay, so that's pretty much what I did, and it looks great. It is so informative. It's just so informative. So go ahead and make those. And if you can't find that quotation, I think for card number 8, just get another one that I can find the quote on, maybe from the same place, because I did not see you repeating any information. That's just really good. Okay, well, you have a great evening. Have a great spring break, and do not hesitate to contact me. I'll be in and out next week, but contact me tomorrow or tonight. Just email me if there's anything you don't understand. You take care, and I can't tell you how much I enjoyed talking to you today. That was a real treat for me. It really was. Anyway, I just learned so much. I will talk to you soon. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye.